Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Dinosaur Island. And here we see our herd of Styracosaurus moving through the jungle. Most of the herd does not mind this journey, but the bull male, Uno, after surviving a near-death experience in the last episode, is very annoyed by all the sticks and brush in his way. But the Styracosaurs are not the only ones traveling in this jungle. About a quarter-mile away, we see Silas. Unlike the Styracosaurs, Silas is not trying to find his way to a good feeding patch. He is trying to find his way back to a watering hole, which he usually drinks from. In an effort to avoid large plant eaters and other predators, Silas is taking the long way around. But Dilophosaurus gets hungry too. And Silas is one very hungry Dilophosaurus, and he can't browse on plants like the Styracosaurs. But Silas and the Styracosaurs are not alone, for there is a third group of dinosaurs traveling through the forest. Killer dinosaurs. Smaller, but quicker than Silas, we see two Deltadromeus. This is the female Delta, and this is the male Dongy. They are trying to find the plains where they can find suitable prey. The gray skies are starting to retreat, and the sun has come out. Meanwhile, up in the forest by the plains, Mike is having a, well, pretty nice day in a dinosaur's life. But a new killer is coming. A Gorgosaurus, a small type of tyrannosaur. Normally he would go after big game, but he has not eaten in a very long time, and he is now stalking Mike. But Mike does not know of his attacker and makes a possibly fatal move. He glides down to the ground to feed on some ants, which he saw crawling around here earlier. But he is now on the ground, vulnerable to the Gorgosaurus. Mike is now out of reach, for now, at least. Meanwhile, Silas is, searching for food. Although he's trying to find water, he has grown so hungry during his journey that it has forced him to look for food also. But he thinks he might have just heard what sounds like a very, very easy meal. A baby Diplodocus. Sauropodlets, as scientists call them, are virtually meatballs on legs for predators. They have no natural defenses, no horns. They're not very fast, they don't even have any armor, and they're very tiny. Silas is moving in for the kill. But the baby has a surprising defense up his sleeve. He has his parents. It's the mother Diplodocus. She has come to rescue her baby. Silas is not stupid. He knows not to stay around a very angry sauropod mother. It is too dangerous. He goes off in search of the watering hole. Meanwhile, the Styracosaurs have stumbled upon a small jungle pool. Uno moves towards it and goes down to take a drink. The water is clean, but holds a dark secret. He moves in to take sort of a bath, just to clean himself off. But he cannot get out. He has unwittingly gone into a pool of quicksand. Within minutes, he is up to his belly in mud. Strack and Maggie are not stupid. They want to help Uno very badly, but they know if they try, they could get stuck themselves. But Maggie, Uno's mate, has a cunning plan. She walks over to him, and she stays on dry land, but uses her powerful horn to try and push him out. But it is not working. But finally, one shove gets most of Uno free. However, his side is still submerged in mud. But Strack is a part of this genius plan, too. He uses his powerful beak to grab onto one of Uno's horns. He may be dirty, but the Styracosaurus herd is finally all safe and back together again. Meanwhile, the game of cat and mouse still goes on at the plains. The Gorgosaurus appears to have dozed off. Mike assumes this is safe. Mike is getting perilously close to the Gorgosaurus, but he must feed. He eats some small grubs and ants off of the plains ground. But all of these eating noises have woken up the Gorgosaurus. The Gorgosaurus has gotten a good hold on Mike's tail, but he is about to make a fatal move. Mike has won. Meanwhile, Silas has picked up the scent of water, and he slowly moves towards this scent. About a quarter-mile away, Dongy and Delta also pick up this beautiful scent, and they begin to move towards it. Finally, all the animals reach where the smell is coming from. But as it turns out, all the dinosaurs were going to the same water source. the tar pits. Unlike the dim-witted herbivores, the Deltadromeus and Silas are smart enough to know not to drink from this pool. However, this could be the beginning of a colossal battle. Silas attacks Maggie. But with his parents distracted fighting Silas, Strack now finds himself surrounded by the Deltadromeus. Uno recognizes this distress call anywhere and goes to the rescue. The Strachosaurus herd is too much for any of these predators to handle, so Silas and the Deltadromeus leave them in peace and part their separate ways. A great migration. A sailback predator. A herd of titans. And a deceiving mirage. Next time on Dinosaur Island.